Hey everybody, it's Zach. Welcome back to the Heroverse, and guys, we are back in again with another video, and today we're going to be reacting to Marvel Television's Ironheart Legacy of Riri Williams Disney+. Guys, we didn't get our first trailer today, as Daniel RPK said we were going to be. It's a shame. I really wanted to get that trailer today. I was excited to react to that trailer today. As you guys know, I posted about it because Daniel RPK said it was going to be dropping today, so Marvel Television decided to post this instead. I'm excited to see what they have to say in the behind the scenes. Of course, as you can see here on the screen, Ryan Coogler, of course, is a co-producer of this show. This is one of those shows that I'm still very excited about. I love the idea of magic versus tech. And of course the Hood is in this show, which of course he is played by Anthony Ramos, and also Mephisto is supposed to be in the show too. So I'm very excited for the show, and I know a lot of people, or some people aren't excited for this show. There's a lot of people said that, oh, who's excited? Oh, no one's excited for Ironheart. I'm excited for Ironheart, and that's all that matters to me, is that I'm excited. There was a lot of people that commented on my post hating that I was excited for Ironheart, which to the people that are doing that, that's some loser shit in my personal opinion. Just let people be happy. I don't know why people go out of their way to comment on someone's thing to just hate on something that they're excited for. That's something that they need to check, deep down inside on why they like to tear down on people's excitement. But like I said, I'm excited for this. This show apparently is going to be running for 2 weeks. We're going to be getting 3 episodes 1 week, and then 3 episodes the second week. So it's only going to run for 2 weeks. A lot of people say that that's a bad thing, that this show's only going to run for 2 weeks. 3 episodes 1 week, 3 episodes the second. I don't take that as a bad thing. People think that just because they did it with Echo means that Marvel just wants to kind of just forget about the show. Hence why they're dropping... they're kind of rushing the episodes. I don't think of it in that way. We really don't know if this show is going to be bad or not. For me personally, I think from what we've seen, I think it looks good. And guys, I'm sorry if you can hear that. There's a tree cutting outside my window, but I don't think that's necessarily means it's going to be bad like Echo. I know a lot of people, some people out there did enjoy Echo. For me personally, it wasn't what I expected it would be. But I think this show will be better than Echo. And also, yeah, just like in general, I think that for the people that say, oh, it's not a good sign that Marvel's, dropping 3 episodes and letting it run for 2 weeks, Andor has been dropping like 3 episodes a week. Yeah, that show is like 12 episodes, I think. But you know what I mean? It's the same thing. It's like, you can't say something is bad because they're dropping 3 episodes and they're letting it run for 2 weeks, and then Andor is running for 4 weeks? You know what I mean? It's different circumstances. Like, they have 12 episodes. Ironheart has, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 episodes. You know what I mean? It's totally different. Like, would people still be saying the same thing if Andor was only 6 episodes? Oh, like, probably not. So, I'm excited for it. That's all that matters. But without further ado, we are going to get into the behind the scenes on Riri Williams, and we're going to be getting into it in 3, 2, 1. Let's get into it right about now.
I got into Marvel as a kid, going to comic book shops. I was really big on X-Men and all of the offshoots, like X-Factor and Wolverine. When Ironheart came out, I remember the buzz.
Ryan Coogler's been
I was really excited.
Reading X-Men comics when he was younger. That's awesome.
Michael Bendis, a really famous creative in the comic book world, created a character, Riri Williams. A lot of people think that she's a successor to the Iron Man legacy. But in the comic book, Riri and Tony had a friendship. He was kind of advising her, and eventually she got her own identity as Ironheart. It was really exciting for me bringing that character
that was
into
a cool
the MCU
costume. Wakanda Forever.
The story of Ironheart is not a story about the mantle of Iron Man getting passed. If anything, it's the opposite.
Oh, that's fire.
It's really about her proving herself and achieving her own legacy.
That suit's clean.
I'm very excited to get a heavy-hitting introduction.
It was really great to have Ryan as an executive producer. He really helped with the storytelling of Ironheart. The comic books and Wakanda Forever did a really great job of laying a backstory for Riri and her origin story.
I loved Her and
series, we're
Wakanda
telling
Forever.
the story of what happens the days after Wakanda in the
Sick.
formative years of the superhero.
What's cool about her is she's a bit disruptive,
You want me to be small, but I refuse.
which really sets her apart than our show.
You might be a hero after all.
I love how this story takes Riri on a totally new journey. I want to build something undeniable, something iconic.
Riri, I see you.
Hey.
Waiting to be acknowledged for your greatness.
Red Hood, or the Hood.
I'm very excited about Ironheart. I'm honored to have the opportunity to be delivering these stories that people love so much.
That I love that shot right there. I mean, come on. That also trailer tomorrow. Okay. Oh shit. Okay, wait a second. Trailer tomorrow. Okay, let me get that real quick. Trailer tomorrow. There we go. So I'm not mad at it. We got this, a little bit of an insight on, this show takes place, I think, like, what'd they say, a day after Wakanda Forever, or a couple days after Wakanda Forever? I just want to go back. I think it was, like, right here.
Cool about her is she's a bit disruptive,
You want me to be small,
Wait a
but I
second.
refuse.
which really sets her apart than our show.
You might be a hero after all.
I love how
Okay, no, maybe it was back a bit more. Yeah, like right
Ryan
here.
is an executive producer. He really helped with the storytelling of Ironheart. The comic books and Wakanda Forever did a really great job of laying a backstory for Riri and her origin story. In our series, we're telling the story of what happens the days after Wakanda in the formative.
Okay, so the days after Wakanda Forever, this show takes place. And if I'm correct, this show was actually filmed before, I'm trying to remember her name. Oh my god, I don't know why I'm blanking. Guys, give me a minute. I was just at the gym, so like I'm all over the place right now. Let me see. It's literally on the tip of my tongue. What is it? Dominique Thorne. Okay. I like that. Like, this takes place literally after, and I'm pretty sure, like I said, Dominique Thorne, when she was cast for the role of Riri Williams, the show was filmed before Wakanda Forever. That's happened before with other Marvel. Marvel tends to do that, especially with Infinity War was filmed before Black Panther 1. I don't know if many of you guys know that, but that's a little bit of an insight that I found out, that the whole Wakanda Forever was actually that salute. The first time it was ever shown was they came up with it in Infinity War because they needed to have a chance before they fought the Outriders and fought some of Thanos' children. So, and then that carried over into Black Panther 1. So, like I said, that's like really, really cool. I love when Marvel does that. Not many people know that Infinity War was filmed before Black Panther 1, and the Wakanda Forever chant came from Infinity War before they started filming Black Panther 1. And it's funny because chronologically, Black Panther 1 happens before Infinity War, so that's really, really cool. A little bit of an insight, for me to share with you guys. But I do like how this takes place right after Wakanda Forever. Really, really cool. A couple of shots here that I love, and I want to watch it again. I love this shot right here when she's flying through the tunnel right here. I think this is really, really cool. And I want to play that real quick. Let me mute this real quick when she's flying through the tunnel right here. I love that. I don't know what's kind of going on in this tunnel, but that's so sick in my personal opinion. That shot. And then I love this shot too, of course, as well, when she yeah, dude, it's so clean, when she punches down on the car to stop the car. That shit's clean, man. I'm sorry. I think it's cool. I think it's sick. I'm ready for this show. I know that this was also the old model for Marvel. This was before, kind of when they tried to just get out a lot of content. This is a part of the old regime. I believe from, well, I can't remember what his name was. I think it was before, around the Bob Chapek times, I believe, when they wanted Marvel to just bombard the content. So I know a lot of people think that means that the show was going to be bad, but I really, really don't think that's going to be the case. I believe it was, because Bob Chapek, I think, took over for Bob Iger. Let me know. I think I'm correct on that. But, this was a part of the old regime of shows when Marvel was just producing a lot of shows for Disney Plus. But like I said, I think that from what we're seeing here, and the fact that Ryan Coogler is a co-producer to kind of keep things, tied in and neat, you know what I mean, from the character first being introduced in Wakanda Forever and then that carrying over in her show, I think that the show could be very, very good. I think the visuals look great. I don't see I don't really see much of spotty CGI in this either, from what I'm seeing here. We'll probably know more when we get that first trailer tomorrow. When we actually get like a first kind of like glimpse at the show with like seeing sequences, a whole bunch of sequences from the show. I mean, even though we saw some scenes here, but to kind of have an idea of what this show is about, I am excited to kind of see our first trailer. And like I said, this is usually how when shows start, ads and kind of start advertising the show. Like, this is how shows they don't really do it too far out in advance. They usually do it like a month before the show comes out. They start like advertising. I don't know why a lot of people are like acting like this isn't how television shows, you know what I mean? This is usually when they start advertising, like streaming shows. They usually start doing it a month before the show releases. You know what I mean? And we're not too far in May where it's like, oh, they're not doing it or they don't care about the show. This is usually around the time advertising starts. Like I said, I'm just letting you guys know what I know. If you guys, I'm assuming if you're watching this, you care about Ironheart and you're excited for Ironheart, or maybe you're just wanting to check out my thoughts on this, and maybe like you aren't very excited. I don't really know, but I'm really curious to know where you guys are on if you guys are excited for Ironheart or not. Are you going to watch the show? Or are you not going to watch the show? Let me know. I'm really curious to know. Of course, be respectful because, like I said, I'm not tolerating the bullshit, you know what I mean, that a lot of people are kind of throwing down, you know what I mean, kind of throwing my way. Because like I said, the way I see it is that if you're just going to come on and hate, that's not tolerated here. But if you know what I mean, if you want to give me your reasons on why you're, like, if you're not excited or the reasons that you are excited, let me know. But like I said, be respectful down in the comment section below. If you are new, subscribe to the channel, post notifications, and like this video. I'm planning on doing a trailer reaction for this tomorrow. It most likely will drop at 9 because that's when Marvel trailers usually drop, is around 9 in the morning, 9 a.m. EST. Good thing is that I don't work until later in the week, so I actually can cover this trailer tomorrow, so I am very excited. So I'm trying to remember if there's anything else. Oh, I'm gonna try to cover Ironheart. I'm gonna try to, because like I said, they are gonna be releasing 3 episodes for 2 weeks, so I'm gonna try. I can't imagine why I couldn't do a pre-show, so most likely we'll still do pre-shows. And if you're familiar with my channel, we do pre-show and after-party spoiler discussions where, we talk about predictions on the pre-show of what the episodes could be about, and then we talk in the after-party all things spoilers about the episode. You guys let me know what you liked, what you didn't like about the episode or episodes, because, Disney Plus is really known to be dropping 2 episode premieres, 3 episodes a week, as of course, like I said, with Andor, and like I said, with this, amongst some other shows, they've done 3 episodes. You know what I mean? They tend to do that sometimes. Like, they'll do 3 episodes one week, maybe 2 episodes in the beginning of the week to start off the show, for the premiere of the show, and so forth. But like I said, I'm going to try to do pre-show and after-party discussions, because, like I said, it only runs for 2 weeks. For those 2 weeks, we're going to be up late, because if these episodes drop at 9, and let's say they're about 30-minute episodes, roughly, that's how long Disney Plus shows tend to run, is about 30 minutes, 30 to 35, depending or not, around that time, around that minute mark. Most likely, we'll be up until about 1, maybe 2 in the morning, most likely, which isn't too bad. And I would consider doing it if you guys want me to do it, because like I said, we haven't done pre-show and after-party spoiler discussions or streams since Daredevil Born Again, so I'm more than willing to do it if you guys want me to do it. Like I said, it only runs 2 weeks, and that's not really bad. It's not like Andor where they're doing it for 4 weeks with 3 episodes. That's just way too much, and I'm not really liking this season of Andor, to be honest. It's kind of been a dud. I don't think it's nearly as good as season 1. It looks great with the visuals, but with the writing, I don't think it's nearly as good as season 1. But that's just my personal opinion. But yeah, guys, like I said, stay tuned for my trailer reaction tomorrow for the first trailer of Ironheart. But as always, guys, hope everybody has a great day, a safe day. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.